Good afternoon, Michael, and thank you for joining us here in Vienna. Thanks for coming on board, and thanks for your interest in SpiceCRM. I'm Natalie Scalera, and I'll be working with the partner development for SpiceCRM. And seeing as you're a newly acquired partner, it's great to have you here on board, and would like to hear a little bit more about you.
Fantastic. My name is Michael Lovelace, President of Process Flow Consulting. We're based out of Vancouver, BC, Canada, and recently have become a SpiceCRM partner. We've been working with Sugar CRM and Sweet CRM for over 10 years, and we're very excited to forge into the new SpiceCRM for us, new, and support our clients on a more robust platform.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that. So what benefits do you see in SpiceCRM, and what are the added features that you might want to relate to us during this interview?
Certainly. There are two kind of primary components. One is the software itself, and the other is the organization. The relationship that we've developed has been very welcoming, very supportive, and that's something that we haven't had as much of in the past. We've had good relationships in the past, but it really stands out the way that Christian, Natalie, and the team have supported us to onboard us as SpiceCRM partners. Technically, the application really sizzles. It's just the first demo that we did with Christian. We could see immediately all those areas of the application that we were really having gaps with our implementations, and having to find solutions and third-party plugins, and everything was in the application. The full text search is dazzling. The front end architecture, the Angular and the Lightning design, really makes it a beautiful application. It stands right next to any leading CRM. The reporting engine, we've been familiar with and using that actually as a plugin in older days of Sugar CRM and Sweet CRM, and to have that as a native reporting tool that has all the full features really stands out.
Fantastic, thank you. And I know you're just newly acquired, so I don't know if you've had much of a chance to actually work with many customers, but I believe you are running a few projects at the moment. So if you could relate to us some of these projects, or one of the projects that you're working on at the moment.
Certainly. So we started out, we migrated our CRM, our internal CRM, over to SpiceCRM to get under the hood and start training our team, and so immediately we saw all the advantages that we expected. So it was no surprise, but it was very very productive for us to have a more full-featured CRM for our internal purposes. One of the highlights, I guess, the new projects we've been working on as a company in Nevada. They support government incentive programs, like where the government's paying for attic insulation, for example, and they drive the sales, the sign-ups for that. And so it's quite a very robust sales cycle. You've got giving something for free, so they're getting thousands of leads a day. And we had to do a lot of extension of the application to tailor to a specific call center solution that they had. So we were able to take what Christian and his team had already done with VoIP integration, and adapt that for a different carrier. We also had the SMS functionality that we extended to provide a live chat interface, and we also extended that Zapier app so that the client could create their own lead forms and integrate, bring that into the CRM. So it was great to be able to match those requirements exactly, build them out, and have the support of Christian and his team in doing that. So that was fantastic there.
That's great. And if you were to specify any unique features of SpiceCRM, how would you define those?
Well, that's a challenging question. I think the fact that the CRM stands next to the leading, Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, with all the core features. There's not necessarily anything unique that I've seen, but to have such a full-featured, robust CRM, so fairly priced as compared to the overpriced, certainly our clients have perceived Salesforce Dynamics as being overpriced. And so I think the unique value proposition there is that you've got this CRM that could easily charge the same amount of money because its feature stands side by side, but is much more affordable and fair pricing. So
fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you very much for that. And just to spice it up a little bit and finalizing the interview, if you were a feature of SpiceCRM, which one would you choose to be?
Well, that's an interesting question. I guess, the full text search, when you type in something into SpiceCRM and the answers just pop up in terms of what's in the database. And I think I feel a strength of mine is that when a client puts a problem in front of me, that I'm quick to come up with a solution for it, and from the database up here.
Fantastic, fantastic. That's a great answer, and thank you so much for your time, Michael, today, and very much appreciated. And looking forward to meeting you again. Thanks.
Fantastic. Thank you
bye
very
bye.
much. Okay.
Bye.